Alright, as you can see, no longer in Tarifa, Spain, but now back in Germany. And today I'm actually going to try a new spot. I'm at my parents' house at the Möhnesee, but today we have zero wind at the Möhnesee because it's south wind, and south wind is usually pretty shit at the Möhne. So what I did today is go to this lake, which is around half an hour away from my home spot. And I have been here once, like 7 years ago, and that was the time when I just started formula sailing. And today it's 7 years later and I'm gonna go on the foil. Yeah, so it's the Easter holiday and I have nothing to do, so I thought why not drive here to the spot half an hour away from my home spot and see if the lake holds up. It's a little bit smaller than my home spot, so I don't know, it looks pretty patchy and gusty. We're just gonna rig up the foil and I think a foil sail also as well. And I think we have to walk around 300 meters down here because there's no place where you can go directly to the water at this lake. So it's all a little bit more tricky than at my home spot. But I still wanted to get out on the water because it's nice conditions. So let's rig up and I'll take you along. Alright, so yeah, on my way back to Tarifa, actually my car, it didn't break down, but it was somehow eating around 1 liter of water every 2 hours. So I switched the car with my dad's old car because I don't trust it anymore. I don't know what's wrong, so I gotta fix it. But yeah, now that I'm using this small car again, I really notice how annoying it is to do this with a small car with all the stuff inside, and it's just such a difference. You don't even realize when you're using the big car of having everything neatly organized in there. And going back to this is a little bit of a pain in the, you have to beep that. Alright, so as you can see, this session didn't turn out to be what I was expecting it to be. The wind completely died off once I went out there, and somehow that's kind of the YouTuber's curse, I think. Or I feel like a lot of times when I have someone with me to film, the wind is actually not showing up, but then again when I go out alone and I don't have anyone to film, the session turns out really nice. And somehow the last few sessions, even in Tarifa, it always turned out to be this way. But anyway, I'm still leaving that in there just to show you the reality of what it sometimes can be.
Don't be so loud.
Oh, sorry. Alright, so what I wanted to say before I woke up the guy and got interrupted is, now I'm at Garda because here we have an event which is called the Black Sheep Meeting. And that's basically an event where everyone can go on the water, come with their sails, everyone who has a 0.7 or wants to try a 0.7. And yeah, we give advice on trimming, on technique. We go on the water together and look at, make photos and pictures of people so we can advise them on their style and stance and everything. So it's a pretty cool event. We have around 40 people here now. On the weekend it's supposed to be more, so that's quite exciting. And yeah, right now I'm already at my Cesina and over there's the water. I've been out already and it's so fun to go with all the guys. Let me show you around the spot and show you what's going on here. Alright, so that was the session in the morning with the big board, and yeah, now it's after lunch and I'm in the wetsuit again, and I have a bit of a problem because my car broke down and I'm using my dad's old car and I didn't bring so much stuff, so I have the big slalom board and then the next smallest one is the speedboard, the 52 speedboard. So either I go in this wind now, which I will show you in a second how windy it is, on the 85 slalom, which I don't think I'm going to do, or I'm going to try to sail a speedboard on Lake Garda. So that will also be interesting and I'll show you the conditions. Okay, so a speedboard really is not the ideal board to sail on Garda. I gave it a try because I had nothing else and I thought it would just be a funny idea to try it, because this board is really designed for this much wave, and to sail it in like 1 meter waves was pretty funny. I was flying around way too much, and when I was going downwind I was hitting 33 knots, so it wasn't that fast. I think Andrea, who you saw later in the video, my boss from Point 7, he was doing like 36 knots on the slalom board, so that was the much better option. But of course also he's much better, and especially I think on Lake Garda, his home spot, he's really fast. So yeah, that was pretty cool to watch him there flying around in the waves and going downwind, speeding in 40 knots of wind. I wish I had my small slalom board with me, but I will take it next time because it's actually super fun to sail there and super challenging. So I'm learning a lot sailing there in the waves of Malcesine. I have to do that more often instead of just going into flat water every time. And yeah, I wish I could have filmed a little bit more, but we had the Black Sheep meeting, as I was saying, so I was talking to the guys all day, which was pretty fun actually. And it was pretty cool to see people so stoked about our sails at Point 7 and joining the event to get trim advice and everything. And yeah, that was a pretty cool event, and I even got around to sailing a little bit, as you saw in the video. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.